EdTech Incubator endeavor and the subsequent next two meetups really tying very well into what we're doing tonight. Tonight we're going to be taking design thinking and applying it to EdTech, and it's something that we did at South by EDU this last March. Has anybody here heard of design thinking? I'm just start off with that. Okay, so you'll get a bit of a taste of that today. So essentially tonight you could come up with an idea, you could bring it to the June meetup and talk about education business models. Then once you get past that and you get a team going, you could bring that team to Startup Weekend in July, and then who knows, then your startup could be here at EdTech Action at Capital Factory by fall. So we hope that this is like a subsequent, like a happy little, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. That this starts off. So with that said, this is Cynthia. You can follow her at, no, something this way. This is Ms. Ruiz, and I'm Stephanie Serta, so we'll give it to Ms. Ruiz.
Okay, how many of you have heard of an icebreaker before?
The teachers, yes.
I know, I would be sad if ever been We are calling it Creative Confidence Builder, just to let you know what we're asking you to do is not anything out of your realm of possibility. But this is going to involve you meeting other people again, like maybe the people you just met with, groups of about 3 to 4. And you're going to need, we'll get the supplies out in a second, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, but for this, you just need
yeah. So everybody's going to send one person, whoever you want to choose. I usually make my students tell each other's ages, and then the youngest gets to decide who to pick, because the youngest always gets left out, you know? You don't have to do that. But you get the youngest.
Are you the youngest?
No, I'm always like the middle. So whoever wants to come up, you're going to grab one slip from each pile. Okay? So how many slips from each pile? One. All right, come up. Send, I know, right? Send one person up. So figure out your group. Take it out. Send someone else to do this. Go. Face each other.
Do you have a presentation up?
3 to 4. You want to know what to do with these slips of paper? We need your attention, so you know what you're doing with these slips of paper now. So I'll wait for your attention, so don't stop. Thank you. So if you have 2 slips, one from each pile, they probably don't make a whole lot of sense. And that's up to you now, to make them make sense. You are coming up with a fantastic new product. You're going to have to come up with a pitch. If you want to make it commercial style, whatever, if you want to come up with a jingle, go for it, whatever. But it doesn't matter what order, it just has to be a new product that we have not heard of.
So you've got one brand name, and you've got an actual item. You're charged with creating something.
There you go. How much?
We'll give you guys a few minutes. Go for it. pretty happy. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay. I mean, yeah. Maybe you just applied for the job at Eve. Should we give it? All right, we're gonna give you guys 1 more minute. I think we should. You guys watch. You can just watch. In the first group, so we just announced the whole EdTech action at Capital Factory. Awesome. I had told Tracy a little bit about it already, but we're really excited. In fact, Josh, the founder of Capital Factory, was just here. He can't meet him. Really, oh my God, he got to spend Saturday with him this last week, and
probably you have like the right context. It's okay to maybe talk a little bit about some of my EdTech stuff, like my own stuff.
Five are in our opening class.
The plan is to have 5 funded for the first year. But
looking for the 5 top EdTech startups that are willing to make jobs to grow them to the first inaugural year. So keep an eye out. Yeah, I will. All right, ready? All right, guys. Yeah. We're gonna have to do this. The same list over here.
How's training going?
All right. Right here, let's go. Can we have a group presenting?
We had Apple and running shoes.
Okay.
So we came up with
Apple running shoes.
I know, yeah, it doesn't really, it's not very like, anyway. So we came up with for ultra marathoners, you put a capacitor in the sole of the shoe, and like in the 80s they had these little tennis shoes called kangaroos that had a little zipper pocket in the side that would fit something the size of like an iPod Nano, so you can charge your iPad while you're running, and then with Bluetooth headphones.
Nice, thank you. All right, next, who wants to share? Who can tap the Apple?
We have a big tag sweatshirt.
Okay, pay tag sweatshirt, let's hear it.
This is a sweatshirt. Basically includes when you buy the dryer to pad your other one, so it doesn't dress around when you run
Very nice, okay.
Keeps it on balance. Balance.
Okay, very nice. All right, back in the back.
Okay, so our keywords were carpet and Whole Foods. This idea is dedicated to my roommate, this is a composting carpet. So you can just throw food scraps or banana peels, whatever, onto the carpet and it'll compost. So it'll have impregnated, the fibers will be impregnated with activated carbons or charcoal, so it'll like absorb odors. It'll detect moisture levels, so it'll keep the carpet at like an optimum moisture level for composting. And those are the features you would not look at.
Wow. Okay, yeah, wow. All right, over here.
All right.
Oh, are you sorry? Wait.
We're gonna go here and then there.
Okay, so we had Google and Hero products. So, I mean, we all have those moments when we're watching TV and we're like, wow, how did he get his hair that way? So we decided that we were going to add like, you know how in Google you have books and all of those things? We can have like another one that says hair products where you're gonna go and type like a hairstyle and it's gonna give you a list of the people that have those hairstyles and like a recipe on how to get that.
I guarantee you this will be in Google Labs.
Like the steps to take, the products you use to get that hairstyle. So
true.
Stuff.
All right. Thank you. Back to back.
We had Nike and coffee cup. So strange combination, but the model we came up with is teachers drink a lot of coffee. They drink a lot more than the kids do. So we need to make sure that we can track that. And it's kind of a variation off the Nike Plus model, if everyone knows the shoes and tracking of physical activity and all that kind of thing, which is very popular. So this coffee mug will actually track your coffee intake, especially your caffeine, just to make sure you're at the optimal level and not going overkill on it. And then you have more productive teachers.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, you like Google Glass, but you need something with a more casual, street-friendly look? Introducing Microsoft hats.
Microsoft hat. What it actually does is it skips the optical link that a human being needs to perceive augmented reality. So you just turn it to the back or wherever you want to do. Attributes are adjustable, but it's able to amplify your thought process and brainwaves to other people with Microsoft hats. And also, like I said, skips the optical link. So what it does is it pulls data from the cloud as you request it with your thoughts, and it's kind of encrypted or refracted on the back of your cortex. Retina, back of your retina. So you get the imagery visualized, virtualized without Google Glass.
Come on, that's local learning.
Wow, are we good? Right back here. Got another one.
Microsoft would be so we had Ford and backpacks, and what we developed was a program where Ford would sponsor 1,000 backpacks, and one would be a grand prize. And inside the backpack, it's a survival backpack, and the slogan is excellence in design and excellence in education. And this would be a win-win for the company and for education in terms of raising capital. So we went with the money angle, and geolocation, water, survival food, and promotional that will get the company to keep giving money to education.
All right. I want one. Got another one here? All right, got another one.
Our group is a big fan of slow-cooked short ribs, and we found that Coca-Cola is an excellent addition to our short rib recipe. In fact, Coca-Cola believes that many of its various flavors would be an excellent addition to your short rib recipe. So we've designed a fork with meat cola instructions, as well as a handy Coca-Cola shaped handle for our fork. That will also include a meat thermometer and a direct cola injector for your short ribs. The Coca-Cola fork.
All right. Any others? Right over here, I think.
Right here. We have our keywords were light fixtures and United Airlines, and where we went with that was we are going to be offering jet lag reducing therapy lights on United Airlines for the premium class passengers. So
The
gold premium.
All right, so the whole idea behind this exercise was not only to get us all warmed up and to get creative confidence built, but also to sort of come up with the idea, come up with ideas to sell, but also to look at innovation, not just as like, hey, innovation means just something totally brand new that doesn't exist, but innovation can sometimes be combining things that are already out there and adjusting them and creating something new from them. So think to something like Netflix, right? Video streaming and checking out, like Blockbuster, right? So Blockbuster already existed, this whole notion of checking out movies. Couple that with the internet, boom, something whole new, like an entire new thing came about. So today, same sort of thing. You took a company that already existed and just a random product also that isn't existent, and you were able to make some new things. I actually really like I think in Austin, the compost carpet might actually work. So you never know, right?
The Apple running shoes too.
The Apple running shoes, the light fixtures. I mean, I'm not yet, like they charge for everything. The Microsoft yeah, that was great. That was great. Yeah. All right. So we're going here. So this doesn't really work.
Is it not working?
It's not working.
Don't use the laser. That.
Yeah, I'm not using the laser.
Hold on.
You can just switch it. We don't have that many. Okay, so the purpose for tonight is we've got lots of educators in the room and EdTech folks as well. And so these are just a couple questions that we were able to crowdsource from conversations at South by Southwest EDU this past year. Lots of questions at different sessions about how people approach their users, how they get feedback, teachers and free t-shirts. That seems to be a big topic at South by. At what point in the whole EdTech process do you actually talk to a teacher? And can you actually pinpoint within your product that teacher voice? And how are you actually finding the problems to solve? And keep going, Sean. So first things first is we'll do an activity. This does come from the Design Thinking School at Stanford and the Mount Vernon Institute for Innovation out in Georgia. So we'll start off with an activity called Roses, Thorns, and Buds. So you have Post-its distributed all around the room. If you guys will come up with roses, so things that are already going great in EdTech, okay? Thorns, issues from either the teacher side or the EdTech side that you have noticed. So, yeah, problematic issues. And then buds, the actual sorts of like potential you see. So we've got roses, great things that are already happening, thorns, problems, and buds, potential. So I'll give you a few minutes. Go ahead and jot some of those things down. And feel free to come up and post them.
Wait, did we choose just a company?
No.
Any organization?
Just in general. So think about education, technology in general.
You can't just well, I guess
Put them on separate sticks.
Especially the free
I don't think that's not what they asked for. That's not Guns N' Roses. I think it's Poison.
This is my friend Brittany. She's a nurse. We're going to a concert right after this, so that's why she's here. We're walking with her parents, and also she loves me. Hey, I'm Gary. Nice to see you. All right, so come on up. Bring them. Oh, there's lots of thorns. There's always more thorns. That's why we're here. Yeah, I know, right? We're here. We're here. I like the apple. You don't have to hold anything. I need something that makes me run. So Sean got a running partner, so maybe a running partner. Oh man, she runs marathons. I want to run with her.
My thing was scale tweet your weight.
Oh, really?
And so, if you want accountability, there's nothing quite like tweeting your weight.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not so worried about my weight. My weight is usually okay. It's my body fat. Like if they tweeted my percentage of body fat, God, that would get me. Your cholesterol is.
Fearless about posting. Like, there's this whole discussion thread about whether it's okay to post things on Facebook or whatever. And honestly, like, I actually like the stuff that you post.
I look at it as if you don't like it, you can always hit undo.
Yeah. Which, like, honestly, I don't know.
We need to get pictures of
I don't know. It's encouraging.
The people that are like, oh, this makes me feel bad. I'm like, you're a lazy slob.
There's other people that have been inspired by it. It's just like, that's
way more work than hear that.
One person inspired by people is good. The rest of you can I'm not following
Drink my control when I have my Hey, so do you know what Isabel did? She created Follow Molly on Instagram for her dog. Just because she was scared that people would unfriend her or not follow her on Twitter because she posted so much about her dog. So now her dog has almost 1,000 people following it on Instagram.
Alex, photographer here, he does the same thing with his dog. So his dog actually has more followers than he does.
She was shocked. Like right now? Like it could happen right now. I'll try not to. Don't be alarmed. I heard there's something about elevators. Floor. We just have actually really good props. I think the potential they're seeing already there is pretty cool. I love feeling up high enough to like kill and then go down. You can come here right now. Pressure or something. Excited that's so cool for anyone who's like that. Alright, cool. So that has to happen. In the meantime, I'm still taking my ribs. No, who's that? Yay, I took off the list. I'll say that. I'll just send it directly to my mom. Yeah. It's our first grandbaby. Alright, so let's take a look. That's where we go. We are, Cynthia is attempting to.
I'm glad you could.
Alright, so if you work for an ed tech company, you definitely should probably come take a picture of these things because I'm looking at some of the thorns here, like the free to pay models. Yeah, no, there's tons of stuff here, lots of data right here, right for you. Oh, no, here you go, never mind. We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll make sure to get this out to you guys. There's always so much great information that comes from these sorts of things. But yeah, so okay, so we've got our roses here, thorns, buds. Let's keep going though, and we'll come back to this. So, who's familiar with, well no, that's probably not a way to do it. So Vista 5, we're gonna do Vista 5 to give me a little bit of an idea on how familiar you are with design thinking. So if this would mean 0, like you're totally new to this. 1, 2, you're a beginner. 3, 4, and 5. 5 being like you are totally into design thinking. You could be like up here doing this presentation. So Vista 5 on your familiarity with design thinking. Just to give me a sort of an idea. Oh, awesome. Okay, sounds good. All right, perfect. So what is design thinking? Design thinking, we'll skip through this because we're running behind a little bit. But basically what it is people-centered problem solving. And so what we'll do tonight is we'll try to apply that whole people-centered problem solving model to the ed tech industry. All right, so again, I go by a little bit of an adaptation from the D School, which is up at Stanford, and also a kind of a slight modification at Mount Vernon's Institute for Innovation in Georgia. But they have 4 basic steps, so that they would be discover, empathize, experiment, and produce. And although they are in order here, you keep kind of going back and forth between the different steps. So it kind of actually looks like a little bit more like this. And so if you'd like more information about this design thinking model, I would definitely check out D School or Fuse 14. It's a conference going on in the next couple of weeks. They will be going through this. Essentially what Cynthia and I are doing here tonight is something that we actually should probably go through like in an entire week. We're condensing it into like 30 minutes. All right, so people-centered problem solving, discover. So what we'll do right now is that, can I get a show of hands for the teachers in the group here? All right. So we've got teachers pretty spread out. That's perfect. All right, so what we're going to do tonight is you're going to have to form a group with at least at minimum one teacher. So can you just kind of, amongst yourselves, make sure you have at least one teacher.
Doesn't have to be the same people you were working with, but you have to have one teacher with you. So it may be a larger group too.
Can you make sure that each group gets one?
Yeah. When you formed your group with your teacher, send your teacher up to get the paper from me, please.
Twitter question for Nicole. Basically trying to get students involved with, this might not be the right time to we're trying to get more students involved with
definitely.
How do I?
So just hit reply. Say yes.
Like, I'm sure.
You're gonna send them to me or send them to you?
I was gonna send them to you.
Yeah, say, yeah, like just let her know, yes, I'll let Miss Gordon know or something, and then say something like we posted on our Instagram. That sounds awesome for kids. And we have a whole student leader group.
For teachers,
all right, so we all have our teacher, we got our teacher with our papers, all right. So, step one is to just discover. You'll need to tell me. But that's interesting. Alright, here we go. So you have your teacher. So if you're from the EdTech startup world, then what essentially this whole discover process would be that you would actually visit a classroom. And you visit a classroom for a couple of weeks, months even, to kind of discover, really understand how it works, and need find or probe for needs is what the design thinking terminology would be. Get a good sense of the picture, of the whole picture. Because in the end, what you're trying to do is you're trying to empathize with the teacher, trying to develop that sense of empathy so that you can solve issues in the class, or I guess meet the needs that they're having in the classroom, right? So comes from a quote that came out of South by EDU, because what essentially is happening right now is that there are so many solutions out there looking for problems to fix, okay? And so really it needs to be the other way around. And so that's why discovering, really developing a sense for empathy for what's going on in classrooms is important. So what you're going to do for the next few minutes is you're going to talk to that teacher that you're working with. You're going to ask them about their day. You're just going to let them talk. And we're not going to think of any ideas or solutions yet. You're just going to listen, all right? Until you kind of maybe come upon something that you think may be something that you can help with. But for right now, just take some time to really just discover what they're all about. Ask them about their grade level, subject level, content area, etc. So get to know your teacher for the next few minutes.
My wife really wants to get a tattoo of her cat. We've been trying to figure out the best way to do it. So I have like my cat. I feel like it's when you understand the process.
I don't know why that's
Where are you guys going after?
Yeah, so, you know, I'm kind of back in my like my students are so that like they don't know and it's like I grade something, it has to go really different. If I grade something on a photo, I don't think it's very good. I also like how they're asking the question of the rest of the industry. We have all these how do we make it up? You're basically like until they figure out how to do it. What are they going to do? It's going to translate or right now, after this stuff with this stuff, what's the they're going to be
Alright,
they don't want to think like what transcends what
Can you come back to the conversation in just a second? Yeah, so I'm sorry to have to like move you guys along so
Is it really good?
Alright, here we go, guys. Okay, so what you guys just did is you collected stories. You did some need finding. Again, like on this, like rapid fire, okay? So, I have people taking pictures. That's cool. Alright, we'll share out this presentation. So now what you'll do is you need to start thinking about like what needs stand out from that need finding. So think about that for just a second. And then you're going to create a point of view statement. So who was it that you encountered? What did you realize about them, and how could you change their world? So in some parts of design thinking, you'll actually be given like an actual sentence structure to go with. It might read something like, I encountered Cynthia, and I realized she was having problems getting her assignments to her students. I could change their world by introducing them to Google Docs or Google Apps or something, right? Or if you had an idea to actually build upon. So for right now, as a group, come up with an point of view statement regarding your teacher. So who was it that you encountered? What did you realize about them? And what might you be able to do to change their experience?
Okay.
Well, I think for us,
when Apple makes its own Apple Notes. And it won't work the first 3 years. Canvas is gaining market share like crazy. So, you talk good product. We told them to enterprise now buy it right. Basically, all the universities like Blackboard, they go in here and say, "This is all the way to learn now." Blackboard, they go. He actually is not paying for Blackboard. Like, did you see war? We have an old system that's every kid's dream of showing adults how they're stupid. What I ended up doing was I just for my I have no swag because I'm and I was So like I studied this until a lot.
Don't worry, we'll be late.
I mean, so what I'm saying is that like I
Which I would have had to set up like that. I don't think that it was
like I wasn't anything out of my head. I go, I want you to look around. Everybody's and they look at me like, you know, they just high school where they were, you know,
So this is an abbreviated design seriously. This is the fastest probably design thinking experience ever. But so okay, so you at this point right now you have a teacher. You have a little bit of a glimpse into their world, like a tiny actually, like a tiny glimpse. Again, we're looking back at the different steps. So defining a point of view, and again, these steps in design thinking are very free flowing. You can always go backwards, forwards. You can skip them. It's not really a design thinking process as much as a design thinking approach to, like, it's not about being not practicing design thinking. It's about being a design thinker and just being able to take a more human-centered approach to building anything. So at this point now, we're to the experiment point, where you actually take your point of view statement and you turn it into like a how might we statement. So how might we actually help? And so it's just brainstorming. So at this point, whether it be on sticky notes or on the big pieces of paper, you just need to jot down every single idea that you might have to solve that teacher's challenge. Now there are a few videos, if you go to the D-School model, about how not to and how to brainstorm. So and we really don't have time, but I definitely recommend you watching them. One of the main rules is to not be judgmental when people are giving ideas, because sometimes what you think might be a stupid idea might be the idea, and so we tend to, in some ways, through either our verbally or non-verbally, kill stupid ideas sometimes, or ideas that we feel are stupid. So I totally encourage you to watch the videos, check them out, so that you can avoid those brainstorming pitfalls. But one of the things that they do recommend is being visual and jotting down every idea. Okay, so despite how far-fetched they might be, jot them down. So what we'll do now is we will go ahead, we're going to blend the next two, the two next steps, all right? So put down as many ideas as possible, and once you feel like you have a bunch of ideas down, go ahead and do something that we call affinity mapping. Also can be known in other design thinking realms as like chunk and narrow. So you'll group like ideas together, all right? So that we can actually get to build out a few things in just a moment, okay? So go ahead and brainstorm now. Jot as many things down, and go ahead and group them.
Notepad?
No. All right, go for it. If you need more, let
I do, and I don't know the password for her.
Many ideas just throw out whatever two, invite people enough to go in there with like a practical do. And people are actually putting their job is to one reason why every idea for the testing like the reconciliation, that's where you take the best of each one. You basically say, okay, here's what's forward here, here's how we're going to try to overcome it. Okay, yeah, you're I know.
mapping into the but I think we kind of have to reserve activity on so I think you're right.
She's like, go out loud. She's like, what time is it?
Alright guys, we're coming to the fun part. And I know that Karen was amazing. I don't know how long this applies this year, Alright, ready? Alright, so hopefully you were able to get some ideas together. Alright? And so this is like by far what people think the most fun part of the whole design thinking process when you actually get to prototype. So taking your ideas from paper and actually making them into tangible objects. And so we have a table full of different like pipe cleaners, straws, tape, I mean you name it, foil, paper bags, whatever, cotton balls, so that you can build an actual prototype of something that whatever your idea is, alright? So what we'll do for the next few minutes is we will actually produce a prototype, take it back to our and tweak it. Yes. So feel free to come on up and start building that with I don't know, 10 minutes. Alright? So start building. Send someone up to get supplies for your prototype. Somebody should be walking up here.
This would be like, where's my 5-year-old? Lots of
Our
I know. Many times, this is like a completely abbreviated version of design thinking. So if we're even able to get one or two good ideas that kind of prompt this, that'd be great. So at this point, you should have hopefully, if it was possible, to have created something tangible from your idea. And at this point, we'd love to hear about some of them. So if your group is open to sharing your little prototype and one of your ideas, we'd really love to hear. So any volunteers? I saw some great prototypes. How about you, Cynthia, in the back? In the back. All right, let's go. All right, here we go.
You want me to come up there?
Oh, you can do from there.
All right, so we came up a bit on the popsicle sticks and the paper clips and all, and decided that really, so we had a meta issue. So this is Brian, he's our teacher, he teaches at Fashion Institute in LA, and he's on sabbatical right now. And we talked in this very kind of 5-minute interview. One of the biggest problems is a lack of whole life, or maybe sort of holistic, broadly contextual education that many students come with. So that there are students from other countries specifically that, they have super craft skill, but they don't have an entrepreneurial or creative mindset. So we approached a bunch, we approached the problem by trying to assess where people fall on these spectrums and how they learn these things and why they haven't learned these things, and the issues that would help them teach more, and including things like emotional assessments and alumni mentorship and modelship. And so it really became more of a methodology or a process that we, here's our key phrase, that we're going to make a talk is understanding the diagrammatic interconnection of the pieces. Maybe also known as IMAP. And that was the sort of outcome of this.
Okay, very nice. Okay, any other groups who'd like to share? Right back here, go for it.
So this one is Cisco class, ACC, Austin Community College, and we have a bunch of different students, all ages and backgrounds and abilities, and we have them up here, and then we sort them, because class is a difficult thing to keep all together at different speeds and things. So we have sortings with Briggs Myers or whatever testing, and then they go into different parts of the room or different rooms, and they can learn at their different levels with their different skill sets, fast or slow, and with a lot of talking or no talking, and some people like that, very quiet. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Anything else?
We'll share ours.
Okay.
We talked about isolation of teachers and all the solutions that are out there that we're not connected to. So our idea, wait for it, Edupedia. So, our idea is that there's no need, we don't need another software, we don't need another piece of hardware. We need to connect teachers to solutions and to empower teachers to provide solutions to each other. And how do we do that? And so that people are compelled to contribute, people find it useful. So anyway, anyone can buy that from us for that's our idea.
All right, cool. Edupedia. I'll look for you guys at Startup Weekend. All right, over here.
We made a mess. But what came out of it was this ultra thin code that Ryan thought about. Ryan, why don't you explain it?
Oh, so we were thinking if you took either text that students are producing that's already digital, or even if maybe they're handwriting and you do handwriting the text to a digital text from a picture, but start breaking down, slicing and dicing data on the students' writing, because I know, when I'm grading essays, there's no way I'm going to start circling the frequency of vocabulary words in everyone's essay. It's already it's already a daunting task to get through it. So if you've got something that can basically break down vocabulary frequency and things for your students and map progress, give you graphs and charts and whatnot without you having to do additional work. I mean, I think that's the key for teachers, is them not having to work harder.
Those lazy teachers.
Oh man. All right. Anybody else? Any other groups?
We use the pipe cleaners.
Okay. Thank you. I knew about them for a reason.
I have this.
Okay.
So this is a person coding. This is his idea bubble, and this is an apple, signifying that he's coding for education or coding for teachers. So I'll, Mariah, if you want to explain a little bit more our actual ideas.
So we have, I don't know if any of you have heard for Code for America. We have it in San Antonio, I think there's a brigade in Austin too. But basically taking that concept and bringing it specifically for educators. So basically we would duplicate and replicate what we did here by talking to teachers, having program managers, developers, people who like to do user experience, because teachers like user experience things too, and multiplying it across the US.
I'm Ron, I'm a teacher, and my team completely empathized with my day-to-day in middle school, 12, 13-year-olds, and they did the impossible and made it possible. This is my magic wand. I only get one shot, so I'm going to dissolve the Department of Education and return all funding to the states.
All right. Great idea. Nice, guys. So anybody else? You good? All right. So again, this was a very abbreviated version of design thinking, but just kind of a case that hopefully gets you to delve a little deeper and take a look at what we'll do is we'll post this presentation along with some links to D-School and the Mount Vernon Institute for Innovation, and if those of you on the EdTech side, find the teacher, even the ones that you've met here, build connections with them, make the time to actually visit their classroom. And I just encourage you to actually build with classrooms, build with teachers, build with schools, as opposed to build just for them. And so hopefully some of these ideas, maybe Edupedia or something, will be at next month's meetup and then subsequently at Startup Weekend. But with all that said, nice job, guys. We're done. That's a wrap. But yeah.
Right here. This is fun.
So that is a great segue into our lightning round. Do we need a break, or can we just go right into the lightning round? Raise your hand if we can do the lightning round. Okay, perfect. So this is the first time we've done this. Normally we have you guys do, you guys remember paper and pens where you write stuff down on it? So we've done that in the past, but this time we're going to try just posting to that Facebook group. So I'll put the link up here again for you to share, but this is your chance to share for 1 minute something that you want to share with the group, that either a job posting, an event that's upcoming, maybe even just I want to get coffee and talk about, and then tell us what you want to talk about. Hopefully those folks will stick around afterwards and you can continue those conversations, but this is the opportunity to kind of say, here's who I am, this is what I'm about, let's talk more at a different time. So, that said, if you have one of those topics, come on up to the front here and we'll do the lightning round. Doesn't have to. Wow, this might be the biggest lightning round crowd we've ever had. Squeeze up over here. Yeah. Well, you all just got 30 seconds.
Multiple rounds.
Stay down. 3 seconds.
Okay. Since you're the first person I saw, you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ryan Torby. I have 60 seconds to tell you about 2 things. The first is, if you are maybe a successful blogger or know a lot about blogging, I just started a blog. It's called EdTech Soup. I could use some advice on how to drive traffic to my blog. If you know about that stuff, I've read some articles, but I could really use just talking to a person. That would be awesome. Just find me after, and we can talk. The other thing is, I have 2 years of K through 6 teaching experience with technology. I was a tech teacher in New Mexico. I'm currently looking for a position here in the Austin area. So if you have any leads on that or would like to hook up a fellow ed techer, I have some resumes. I would love to talk to you, okay?
All right, thanks so much. Okay, whoever else wants to step up?
Sure. My name is Mario. I work at a startup called Trails.by, and we're actually here to try and find some teachers to interview. So I didn't know that that's actually what was going on earlier, but we do focus groups pretty much every Wednesday with teachers. We sell a SaaS service that's installed in a couple of schools now. So if you want to talk about stuff, we actually pay teachers to hear their opinions. Find me or Kotso back there in the white shirt and say hi. We'll give you some cards and we'll listen to you.
Cool. All right, thanks so much.
Hello all, my name is Tiffany Teeters. I'm the dreaded IT recruiter. Sorry to come, but I am hiring for a great company that has positions available here in Austin. Sean Duffy happens to know this company very well, Pearson. We like hiring for them, they've been great. We've got 6 guys out there so far. In our contract roles, we're looking for a Java developer for some legacy API, not so exciting, but we do have some JavaScript positions available, and this is working on one of their assessment applications that's already out. They're getting a lot of volume and they need more developers on hand. So this is like a good position for a 2 to 3 year guy who's new to the industry and ready to just work for an innovative company. It's up in Howard Lane, not too bad of a drive if you're North Austin. I'm also hiring for another Austin startup company that's education services. They're creating this big CRM that's basically going to link guidance counselors to colleges and push students through to the process. Cloud web development, that's what they have to offer. If you're looking to get into that, I definitely can get you that. This is a startup at their infancy. So if that's something that excites you and you want to be part of, reach out to me. Again, my name is Tiffany Teeters, and I work with Kforce. Also hire for Cisco, HP, and Home Depot, and a lot of other companies too, if you're interested, developers. And I specialize in systems administration placement, so just let you guys know a little bit about me. Thank you.
Cool, thanks. And Tiffany, if you will join the Facebook group and post it on there.
Yes.
The job will be on there.
So I'm Greg Wilcox in ACC, and I teach Cisco, and a new class is coming up. So if you're in high schools or wherever and have people who want to be Cisco trained, I'm looking for students, of course, and I can give you handouts about this. And if you have any interest, you can ask me after, and I'll tell you more. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Ryan Lynch, and I'm an area teacher. I'm also the CEO of a recent EdTech startup. And if you're a fellow teacher, if you're an administrator, if you work in technology for a school or district or anything, I would love to have the opportunity to just buy you coffee and find out because our application's being built right now, and I want to find out exactly what real teachers and tech people in school systems want to see and want that application to do, so that we really nail the user experience and the user interface. Because obviously I'm a teacher, I'm building this for teachers, but I know every school is a little bit different, and I want to get feedback and input from people who might be in a little bit different environment than my school. So if you'd be willing to meet with me at any point this summer, then I would love to get your contact information.
Ryan, what's the best way to contact you?
Ryan at edusync.com, edusync.com.
Okay, cool. And post it on the Facebook group.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Thank you.
I'm Joe Troyant. I'm CEO of Pen Pal News. If you have ever had a pen pal or know what a pen pal is, we basically take that experience online working through classrooms. And we've got about 25,000 students in 24 countries and 41 states around the world. And Nellie and I were just recently accepted to the Capital Factory Incubator. So we're down here to check it out and being heavily swayed by all of this. So yeah, we basically provide pen pal connections for students with other students around the world, and we couple that with a really in-depth curriculum aligned to Common Core standards. That's where the news comes in. Our traditional news curriculum, they learn about global issues like poverty and technology and the environment and global warming through the news, through videos and news stories, and discuss those with their pen pals and gain a new perspective on those issues. And Nellie is leading our creation of our new foreign language curriculum modules. Nellie and a whole team of people for learning French, learning Spanish, learning Chinese, and maybe Japanese too, and having a chance to drill the core vocab and grammar while practicing those languages with native speakers with all of our classes in Latin America and Europe and all over the world.
So if there are any teachers here, foreign language teachers, that would be great to talk to you.
Yeah, we want to get teacher feedback. We want to talk to other people in EdTech. We want teachers to sign up at penpalnews.com. And we want anyone with any questions or anything to contact me at joe@penpalnews.com.
Cool. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Hal Speed. This is my first EdTech Austin. I'm interested in learning more about how to get computer science into the classrooms and looking to do promotions around the National Day of Coding in December. So if anybody's already kind of working with code.org, or if there's already a nucleus of people working on that, I'd like to get plugged into that. If there's not, then see me and let's see if we can get that started.
I have a response for you. So talk to me afterwards, but if y'all don't know, STEM Ed Labs is doing a really great summer program for computer science education, and they would definitely be a good contact for you.
Yeah, I'm meeting with them Monday.
Oh, perfect. And then there was something else that you mentioned. We can talk afterwards.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right, thanks so much.
Great. Well, I'm Brian Provost. This is my friend Parth Shah. We're in a web development boot camp over at Makersquare, and we're both really interested in education. We've been doing some education projects throughout the course, and we just have one we want to kind of show off and talk to people about. We're not trying to sell anything, but it's at tyto.us. The idea is we want to sort of combine personalized learning with like classroom assignments and
kind of base it around like a proficiency algorithm so that teachers can assign problems, but just a specific number of problems without worrying about the specific problems that students see. Let the application take care of that.
So if you want to talk to us about it or check it out, let us know. And Tiffany, we'd like to talk to you.
I was just thinking that.
There we go.
Thank
All
you.
right, very good. Thank you. All right, Lonnie.
Hi there, my name is Lonnie Stern. I'm the director of the STEM Council at SkillPoint Alliance, and SkillPoint does adult workforce training as well as project-based STEM education programs across the region. So I've got 4 announcements for you. The first is this Friday at Austin City Hall. Our Velocity program is hosting executive presentations. Our Velocity program is an outsourced internship program for 20 high school students that we either pay or they get credit. They work for a real client on a real problem. The one that you'll be interested in, I think, is at 11 o'clock. They've developed a mobile app pitch for Seton to try to make the menu ordering process for patients come to a tablet rather than paper and pen so that they can customize a menu selection for different patients. And they're going to be pitching that. So it's the Ann Richards School. There'll be several presentations, but the 11 o'clock at Austin City Hall. And the reason that I'm bringing this to your attention is they're going to pitch it again at ATX Hack for Change, which is May 31st at St. Ed's. And you can go online to atxhackforchange.org. That's a kind of a weekend hack event where people will be pitching ideas, and then teams will be formed to try to produce those ideas over the course of the weekend. So if some of you are here and are developers or would like to be part of working on a project like that, you don't have to have development skills, but you could go to atxhackforchange.org. Then a personal plug, we host a variety of project-based STEM education camps. So if you're a parent, you might consider putting them in one of them at stemcamps.org. If you're an educator, it's a little too late, but we do hire educators who want to try game design or robotics or Minecraft or Future City or SimCity as a tool for education. So rather than going to PD, you could host a summer camp and learn on the job. And then finally, the last one is that we'll be hosting a game jam, also at St. Ed's, June 20th. But if you go to any one of these events, you will eventually find out about everything that we're hosting. But it'll be a game jam with Rooster Teeth, and they are co-producing it with us at St. Ed's. So there's a lot. And again, you can go to skillpointalliance.org/STEM, or you can grab a card. And I'm happy to be here, and I hope to be exploited by you at some point.
Cool. Thank you so much. Okay.
Hi, my name is Mariah Villarreal. I am coordinating Open Ed Jam. It's a conference that'll be happening in July in San Antonio, Texas, and really we're looking for everyone in this room to attend the event. We're looking for people who are developers, who are educators, librarians, makers, hackers, all those people. I was looking at this board just real quickly, and I saw that budding on the sticky notes. There were a lot of words like access, open, adaptive learning environments, and I saw some things about Khan Academy. What Open Ed Jam is wanting to do is bring freely and openly licensed resources into the education system. And that can be available through administrators, through people who are developing education technology. This spans all the way from textbooks to 3D printers. One of the people that we're going to have keynote speaking is the developer of the RipRap, which is an open source 3D printer. Joseph Prusa, he'll be coming from the Czech Republic. So we're trying to bring in a very international collaborative audience and participants to the event. So if you have any questions about it, there's an email address at the bottom of the flyer. You can also talk to me after we're done with this.
Very cool. Thanks so much.
Perfect.
Thank you.
My name is Reed Hinkle. I'm with a startup that's kind of a longer-term startup. We've been in business for a few years, but only locally, and we're getting ready to scale it to a national scale company. Products today are aimed more at higher education, but we're getting ready to take similar solutions, downscale them, and right-size them actually for K through 12. So I'd be very interested in meeting with teachers, administrators, anyone in IT. The product is actually enabling basically a sensor hub for the classroom that connects to the projectors or TVs displays in the classroom. So we have an AV component in addition to the IT, but the main aspect is basically having connectivity across the entire campus so that you can actually control the systems from a energy point of view. So make sure projectors are off. If they're running, they're wasting valuable bulb life. So we're basically looking to help K through 12 save money and perhaps be able to leverage that into additional equipment. And part of the study that we're looking at is, can we deploy this as a software as a service that adds on some additional tools for teachers to make those devices in their classrooms easier for them to use. So that's the interest that I have. He has my email address, so anyone who would like to meet on that topic, I definitely, coffee and serve up coffee and things like that would be absolutely no problem.
As long as you're buying, that's totally fine. All right, well, yeah. So that's it. That's all we've got for you tonight. Thank you all so much for coming out. We do have to be out of here by 9 o'clock, but there should be some drinks left. Network, talk. Enjoy the evening. Thank you so much.